Hey everybody, what's going on? Emotemp is here. I am sitting with the one and only Sergio Bravo. I'm super excited, by the way, guys. This is my teammate. This is now nationally qualified Sergio Bravo. It's been a minute for us, but we got there today.
Finally.
Finally. We just wrapped up our South Florida LQ. Sergio managed to get there with Warriors of Light. And so I have him on here just to give you guys a rundown of, I guess, his day really quick, just why he made this choice, and talk to a little about this meta and how does he feel. Serge, let's start with why you went with the deck.
That was a struggle, actually. I was unable to decide for the longest. Last night, I went to bed at 2 a.m. with no deck choice, but like 10 tabs open on my computer on FF Decks. And then this morning I woke up and I remembered that when we had tested this deck, Andy had tested it against me a bunch of times, and it was really strong. And I wanted it to kind of be able to hopefully counter Wool 7, which is actually my only loss on the day. but I wanted to try and have some game against like the more aggressive decks, but like still be able to play control. And so I picked this and I made it an hour before the tournament started, not really having much experience with it. I copied Sydney's list from the KC Materia Cup, and then I just made some adjustments. I took out some of the forwards he was using that were name clashed. So he had like the 6-drop Ingus, but I knew I really wanted to actually have like access to this Ingus, so I didn't want to like run into that. Same thing with Luneth. He was running like one copy of Luneth, so I changed that. Just because I knew that like I really valued these in the Bart's deck. So that was another reason I'm running this is for this Bart's engine for the Time Magic. I actually was really unsure how to play this deck in terms of like what were the right numbers for Bards, which is why I never built it like in the past couple weeks. I saw Steve D from YYT had posted like a 11 Bards deck, and I had seen other people posting 5 Bards decks. But having seen Sydney in action with this deck and making it all the way to second place at the KC Materia Cup, I was confident that the 5 Bards was the right way to go. So credit to Sydney. This one's for you, buddy.
Shout out to you, bud.
So yeah, that's pretty much the story of the deck choice.
I guess quickly then talk to us about, you already mentioned the Ingus and the Luneth changes. I'm seeing a different Barts here. And then...
Yeah, I don't like running 2 of the light Barts because I have the worst luck usually, and so I'll draw it at the most inopportune moment. In the break zone, it's excellent, and you can use it to get to another Warrior of Light. But I still prefer to like just have something that I could actually pitch for CP just in case.
Right.
So, and this guy's actually really cool. You can name protection, and since we prioritize the Luna so much in this deck, he's just a great attacker. Like I don't mind playing him in the late game once I'm done setting up.
Over the Time Magic one, right?
Yeah.
And what are the other changes you made?
That's pretty much it, dude. I think I added these 60p levies weren't in there, and then I added 1 Shantoto.
Okay, talk to me about some of those.
So this is a card from Opus 1. It removes all the force.
But why? You said something to me earlier, and I just kind of I'm trying to fish for it.
To counter aggressive decks, like Shantoto's really, really good against that. And definitely, I've noticed with the Wool 7 deck is it's very all in, and so a lot of players will just give you their whole hand to present 4 attackers, 5 attackers, whatever the situation is, and Toto's like a mega punish there. It also fixes your colors, like the Tyro does. So actually, it randomly came up in the finals where I was able to actually cast this Water Lightning Onion Knight to bounce something back, gave it haste with Luneth, and so now I had 3 attackers to go for lethal on the last turn. So having the color fixing is good too.
And did you ever miss with Wool?
No, I did not miss the Wool, but I came close. I came close, yeah.
All right, and then the limit break isn't much. How do you feel like?
Limit break is pretty much the usual. It's Zach, Matt, Shantoto, 3 Leo, and a Tidus. The only ones I ever really casted were Leo and Zach and Matt. I never used the Toto or the Tidus.
And how do you feel like you're not playing there's no what's it in Cloud in there, right? So is that even an option for you? Because I know some of the other decks they keep the Onion Knight in there for that extra viability. Like
It's possible, yeah, and you can use the Onion Knight to pay for it, or you could pay for it off the backups. I didn't want to have like the inconsistency of it. It may find a spot for it, but it was one of those things where like if you're already doing this, you've already somewhat set up, and the Cloud's more of like an emergency button when the situations are like they present a small forward that you really need to kill, which case that this won't help me because I won't have time to set up the color.
right. And I guess the last question is: are there any changes, or after seeing what we saw today? Right, we saw Knights, we saw tons of Wool 7. What else did you play that I haven't called yet? Like,
okay, I played against. Let me see. Round 1 was against you actually.
Yeah,
so
you
I
played me,
played against you,
Warriors.
which was Firewater Twins. I played against a Wool 7 deck. I played against a Siren deck. I played against, and then I played against Sam in Swiss as well. And
Yeah.
Sam was playing a like 4-color category 10 deck, which
Right.
was really cool.
yeah. And so the question is, after seeing what how the community is responding into this locals, like, what are some of the changes you consider, or like, what do you think going forward? Do you want to continue to play this deck, or
To be honest with you, the deck is great how it is. If I can survive the early game, it's really hard to lose. The last time it felt like this good about a deck is when it was like cast count, right? You get to that like point of inevitability where you can get the Refia. The Ferris on damage 3 is insane. So you can present these forwards like every turn. You can haste them with Luna, so you can present constant pressure, and you draw so many cards in the late game that you're eventually just going to be sitting on your like really game changer summons. Like these are the 3 probably best summons in the game right now, and so you have access to all 3, which is really nice.
I would argue those are the 5 best. But-
Probably, yeah, actually, yeah. You're
in
not
terms
far
of
off.
in terms of choices, like. But okay, man, do us a favor. Show us your swag, man. Let everyone
yeah.
see it.
So,
If you haven't seen one yet,
This is the trophy.
this is week 1 of the LQs. I know there was like 6 scheduled today. It's a beautiful white mage. And then let's see the.
And then this is our Terra. And we got an Ishtola. And the Rufus.
And you have the. Oh, yeah, we're sitting on the mat, so.
Yeah, the mat is underneath all
Yeah.
of these cards, which we can.
Nah, don't worry about it. It's fine. All right, man. Well, Sergio, thank you so much for taking the time to talk about it. Again, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Shout outs, I guess.
Shout outs to you for testing with me. My team, which is John, Andy, Gio, Tacos. These guys helped me out. I could not. I can't do it without these guys. So big shout out to them. Thank you guys so much.
All right, man. Take care, and hopefully I'll see you at Nationals, bro.
See you next.